grew out of a sense of hopelessness, sort of a desperation. Through that desperation, we come addicted, sort of like the fiends we accustomed to serving.
I don't need much. I
We
just want to
feel
hear the
we
intro.
have nothing to lose.
They can't pull us off the damn app letting this shit drop.
We offer our
I
lives.
just felt like this was the
What do you
perfect
bring
intro.
to the table?
I'm a rant. I need to rant for a second. After we
You got it, right? You hearing this?
go. Yeah.
It's your boy Antoine the Source,
It's your boy Flam. What's up?
and this is episode 119 of Unspoken Conversation. We in here recording on a Saturday morning, bright and early.
Early Saturday, man. I ain't really even adjusted to even. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to talk crazy enough. You know?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We ain't on our evening vibe,
Shit,
you know?
Yeah, I'm still, these corporate hours.
We're a little bit more reformed right about now, you know what I'm saying? Catch me afternoon,
Yeah.
you know? I ain't got no brunch in me.
No
You-
brunch, no
No
goddamn,
mimosas,
none of that.
no shots. This is all off sleep.
No
you know what I'm
J's.
saying?
I ain't smoke no joints or nothing. Just sober living in this bitch.
Hey man, we just wanted to come and give y'all some of this goddamn unspoken conversation correspondence that we known for. And we came in on that Can I Live, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the smoothest, one of my top 5 favorite rap songs of all time.
Hey, that was back when JayZ was actually a good rapper.
Oh, wow.
I kind of feel like this nigga like super hot lava now. You remember that YouTube shit where a nigga just say some dumb shit, motherfucker like, whoa, it's like man, this nigga ain't been rapping since goddamn '98, bro.
I mean, the thing about it, JayZ is one of the people who's like now, he's always taking you like where he was. So now it's like nobody really relates to where he is. So it's you just hearing the dude talk for a lot of people. I think with JayZ for me, it's just I enjoy JayZ because it's different than what is out there now. Because I just want to hear sometimes I just want to hear a dude on the beat and be able to understand what's going on and take me on a journey.
I mean, the skill is undeniable. You can't say this man ain't got skills as a rapper, but man, this nigga ain't had a hotter record in a long
What
fucking
he
time.
need one for?
I mean, but damn though, what quit rapping then, bro? That
No,
nigga said
he don't
that
wanna
nigga,
rap.
Hey, that nigga killed retirement for rappers because ain't nobody said they gonna retire as a rapper since that nigga did the shit because motherfuckers ain't gonna believe you.
You got into something now. You know, if we being real, I think he did ruin retirement for rappers.
He did.
Because what does it look like now? Like, I think hip-hop artists are going to age more gracefully than they did in the past only because their music is going to stand the test of time more because of streaming and everything like that. So it's going to reach more people, more masses, and more generations. But I think this right here, though, JayZ is someone who had so many avenues outside of rap. He the dude that hooped because he was good at it, not because he needed it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I gotta say this about JayZ. JayZ, the only rapper that I've known who's been able to stay relevant without going into acting.
But that's JayZ's currency.
Yeah.
His currency has always been the cool factor.
But see, that's how I think rappers gonna retire now. That's what I started to see about rappers, and at the point when if you don't move into acting or move into being like a more of a personality than just a rapper, at some point, then you gonna fade away.
Yeah, because you gotta look. It's the template. I mean, I think the first one that kind of made a perfect transition was Snoop.
Yep.
You know, you gotta think
Yeah,
Snoop had a murder case at one point in time. To make that 180.
Well, I don't know if it was Snoop or Ice Cube, cause
See,
maybe
Ice Cube. The thing
Maybe
about it, Ice Cube just had the scar. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Ice Cube did never strike you as like, cause you know when Snoop came in, he was so. You got to think he didn't even look in the camera on this first music video.
Yeah.
He was so shy. He was so like unrefined as a celebrity. And then to see him now, it's like everybody knows Snoop. Snoop is the most famous rapper in history.
Yeah, that's true. But I gotta talk about Ice-T though, cause Ice-T was breaking. Y'all don't remember Ice-T was breaking back in the day. That nigga was pop locking that shit.
Colors,
you know what I'm saying? That nigga done went all the way from pop locking to hard rock.
This boy literally said "fuck the cops," and now he's a whole cop. Like I ain't never seen that.
This nigga got Ice-T commercials now.
Nah, but when I saw him on SVU, And they give him like 4 lines every 30 minutes on the show. Like, he walk up to the scene, yeah, he dead. And that's, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, but that nigga still eating though.
That's why I'm
he
saying
been eating since
it's like
the 80s.
Ice-T is just Ice-T. People don't even realize, it's people that don't even realize Ice-T was a rapper. No, on some real shit. They just think he was a nigga that got a white girl that do movies. Am I lying?
I don't know. I never even thought about that though.
How many people under the age of 30
that's the
really
thing though.
my age and under know for a fact Ice-T was a rapper?
I don't even know for a fact Ice-T was a rapper sometimes. I forget about the shit.
Because you got to think, Ice-T was one of your first gangster rappers.
Yeah, he was.
Like, we don't give him the credit because he had a perm. And, you know what I'm saying? And so you got to think, that was the shit at the time. Like, he ushered you. Honestly, when Colors came out and I saw his ass driving around on that damn motorcycle, I was intrigued. I'm like, who is this nigga with the perm on the motorcycle? You know what I'm saying? Like, in the red. Because I had seen Colors and I just was infatuated with, like, finding out who gonna catch this nigga. And then I come to find out he a rapper.
You know,
that's how I found out who Ice-T was. But this was back in goddamn 1986 when I was born. So imagine you born in 1992.
Yeah, I know. Shit, or some shit. But I mean, it just when I think about Ice-T, the funniest thing I think about is a pop locking nigga with street cred. Man, imagine getting your ass by a nigga who pop lock.
You could pull that off back in the day. Like, honestly, it was more dangerous to navigate in the 70s and 80s only because you didn't know who the gangsters was. You gotta think every nigga was pop locking, every nigga was singing goddamn Temptations.
They got on vests with no shirts and shit.
Every nigga flooding. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Like, it was limited drip. So it ain't like you could establish yourself as a hood nigga.
No teardrops on your cheek or no shit.
You know what I'm saying? Having a leather coat made you a gangster back then. You get what I'm saying? That was, and then boys started wearing the bandanas or the fishnets around their head. You remember? Every goddamn movie in the 70s had a nigga with a perm and a fishnet or a bandana around his head. That was to tell me that this the nigga that you want to stay away from. But everybody else, you kind of walked around wearing the same thing, so you just had to find out if a nigga was real or not.
Hey, nigga stabbed the shit out you and pop lock away.
Exactly. And pop lock and slide his ass away from the goddamn crime scene.
Ghost know the couple
Jive turkey. I really feel like a nigga calling you a jive turkey back then is equivalent to telling a nigga to suck your dick these days. It's the same fighting word.
I think it was hoe ass nigga. Jive turkey and hoe ass nigga.
They were exclusive. They are one of the same.
Yes, enough.
You fucking jive turkey. Like, if a nigga say that, it's on site. Nigga call you jive turkey, it's on site.
Call me a jive turkey. Had to stab his ass.
I'm here now. I've been here since 1968. You got to think of a dude somewhere doing life telling that story. Like, man, you know, we was at the show. You know, that's the movie. We was at the show, the 10-cent show. Remember, Cooley High was playing. So it was about 1978. You know, a couple friends of mine, you know, my fellas. You know, we seen the other side. Boys from Bride Street. You know, it was street to street.
Yeah.
Beef. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It wasn't no hood. And he telling that story. And I bet there's a kid in there doing time because he done shot in like, damn, you went to jail because of that? Yeah. He took my girl. He took her to the Shady Hawkins dance. And I had to kill his ass. You gotta think. It didn't take much to go there back in the day. That's really, you gotta think that was really a dangerous time. They say it's more dangerous now. But imagine getting whooped by a nigga in goddamn slacks and a goddamn
church shoes.
Stacey
Adams. This nigga that shot you, he wearing Stacey Adams is a bill bottle.
With his shirt buttoned up to the top. Looked like a very goddamn professional young man. Cause everybody dressed like they had sense back then.
Oh man, that is fucked up.
You couldn't see a nigga at the store and be like, let me stay away from him. You really couldn't. Am I lying?
Nah, I kind of feel that way.
Yeah, bro. So we need to salute anybody over 50 that's still here. You know what I'm saying?
They done made it.
They had to make it, man. They navigated. They made it through crack.
Man.
You gotta think, when anybody that made it through the crack era without doing time or getting addicted, that nigga's a goddamn alien.
Especially he was kicking it.
Yeah, if you was outside and you managed to navigate through both of those, bro, you a goddamn legend. Cause I don't think we understand how like that shit was like weed. Like everybody smoke weed nowadays.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
everybody
saying?
was snow.
Cause you ever hear the story of them saying when they used to catch dudes with crack, they didn't even know what it was. Like when it first hit, they were getting caught with a dude like thought it was glass. So they was like, get this shit out there. You know what I'm saying? Shit got the whole goddamn block tore up. You get what I'm saying? But that shows you how we don't know. That's just like this fentanyl hit.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, man, niggas showed me some X pills. You know, I was, you know, I'm thinking I'm a little drug dealer or whatever. I'm selling weed, you know what I'm saying? And I done, he was fronting me. He's fronting me the weed and shit. So, you know, I'm coming back to back. He give me a QP. I come back 2 days later. I got his money. He gave me a half pound.
Yeah.
Oh, like a week later, I got the money. He gave me like 2 or 3 pounds. Couple like 2 weeks later, I come back, got all this money. He like, oh, you legit, you free. Like, can you get off these?
That shit sold itself.
Yeah, I mean, it was weed. You know, everybody I knew smoke weed, so I just go home. You know what I'm saying? But this nigga, he was like, oh, you legit though. You know what I'm saying? He's like, hey, like, well, take these right here and get off these. It was some X pills. I ain't know what the fuck this shit was. You
Shit
know,
look like goddamn sweet tart.
Yeah, it was just a bag of goddamn me pills. I'm like, I can't sell this shit. What is this?
Shit. Like the thing about it, I never forget the first time I tried X. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know why. I just thought like started to see spaceships on Bankhead. Like everything, every song back then insinuated on the flight. Am I lying?
Hey, they had that George Clinton vibe a little
bro,
bit.
It really was, bro. We was all out our goddamn mind sipping water and orange juice. Niggas ain't even, back then, niggas wasn't even sipping looking because you was on a pill and you just wanted something to keep you rolling. We didn't become alcoholics till we got off the pills. Like, am I lying?
Yeah, I had to get to something else. I ain't never took an X pill, man.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
I'm afraid
this shit make your whole body tingle. I
Man,
see how niggas got addicted to that shit, bro.
Yeah, I done been out with my niggas. They been on X pills. I was like, man, nah, I can't do it.
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Since speaking of X pills, you know, I was watching the Murder Inc. documentary. That shit X pills brought down a whole goddamn institution in Murder Inc. And it was started with Irv Gotti. I didn't know and realize ecstasy had boys wigging out their mind back in the day like that until I saw this documentary and everybody referenced when he got on the ecstasy. Like, how much ecstasy do you have to be that people make it seem like it's a coke binge?
Hey,
like,
man, shit, ecstasy, shit, niggas turn to a whole different person on that shit, man. Nigga got a whole different vibe in the club when he on that.
And I can imagine somebody like an Irv Gotti with help from narcotics. That's a dangerous place to be, dude. And you gotta think, this is back when he was on top of the world, so he felt like he could talk to you any kind of way, he could do it any kind of way.
Yeah.
I probably would have had to shank that nigga.
He would have shanked him and pop locked him.
Yeah. Always on time. Gave you my arm. Be mine. You gotta think, bro. Now, the reason I say this is because I was watching it and I'm like, damn, Irv Gotti's legacy should be way, way like higher than it is. And it's only because he fucked it off. Like, I've never seen one guy sabotage his own legacy in a way, because you got to think, this man is responsible for Can I Live. He's pretty much responsible for like finding out and bringing JayZ to New York home, JayZ and Rockefeller. He's pretty much responsible for saving Def Jam when he made them sign DMX, and we know how that went. He brought us Ja Rule, brought a whole new sound to the radio at one point in time. And we literally look at him like a footnote of just a nigga that just make us laugh for doing some stupid ass shit.
Well, like when he was doing all this stuff, he was a little bit more behind the scenes than like a Puff Daddy or something like that. Cause you know when Puff Daddy had Biggie, like Biggie couldn't get out.
He didn't have the appeal. Yeah, he didn't have the appeal that drove him. Yeah.
Every time Biggie was out, Puffy was dancing in the corner. You know, he was good. So you always associate this nigga with that. Irv just let his artists be themselves. But another part of that is, anytime you famous and you got any type of notoriety or something like that, you know, at some point you gonna fall off.
Right.
You gotta shut the fuck up at that point.
That's when you gotta like. Honestly, a lot of celebrities just need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
like
yeah. You gotta rest on your laurels, man.
you don't even need a publicist to do this shit. Just shut the fuck up. And I swear, like a perfect example, Trey the Truth. Did nobody tell you to get your ass in this goddamn camera and lie to us? We didn't ask for these lies. You get what I'm saying? So now when the camera footage come out, now you looking funny in the light. All you had to do is say we was going through some things. We've been beefing for 15 years, and I whooped his ass. We would have understood. We would have understood, and we would have forgave you because we didn't whoop niggas for less. You know what I'm saying? Am I lying?
Yeah.
You've been passing out water. You've been helping people come out their houses. You've got a lot of cachet and character building with us. What you got a lot of us for? Because you ain't want us to know you whooped zero?
I mean,
we didn't even know why.
They jumped him, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the problem, though, because, like, anytime if you a grown man and you end up jumping another grown man, you can't leave that situation feeling good about yourself.
But why do you have to bring your ass to the internet? Let it go away. You get what I'm saying?
You feeling shitty, though, because look at it, though. Me as a grown man had to call my other grown man friends to go whoop another grown man.
And it's zero. He pigeon-toed and slew-footed, bro. Like, what, you don't need 7 niggas for zero?
I mean,
everybody knows zero. Zero ain't never looked at like a nigga that can fight you.
I mean, okay. So how you feel after you and your boys done whoop the nigga?
Man.
How do you feel after that?
I've never taken part in a jump. And so, because I just feel like, what's the point? I'm not about to be tripping over niggas trying to get a lick in. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Because I feel like after you jump somebody, you pretty much, it's the art of war with me. You've gone too far. Like, you're going to shift the narrative no matter what they did, unless it's warranted. It's like if he, did something to one of your family members, something like that, all y'all want to get y'all lick in. But if the beef is between me and one other person, it ain't no other issue. Now, if he impacted all y'all need to whoop his ass simultaneously. You get what I'm saying?
It's kind of like fucking a real big slut who fucked everybody. She done fucked everybody, and you bragging about you fucked her. Of course you fucked her. Everybody was fucking her. You ain't have to do nothing. You just had to go up there and walk up there, and you get the pussy, and you bragging about getting the pussy. I mean, how can you feel good about the situation? What I'm saying?
No stripes.
No stripes at all. You know what I'm saying? That is not something you should put on.
I ain't gonna lie, man. This is like, that shows you how fickle legacy can be.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta understand your laurels and then know how to rest on them.
Yeah. Because we really not trying to hear what he did at this point as far as like what would justify this, because now the optics are what they are.
Yeah, you just a grown-ass man out here acting like a kid, basically,
Yeah, and they say he was just with his chick. So that was an easy...
Yeah.
One of y'all decide, y'all pull straws or something, who gonna run up? You get what I'm saying? And we gonna leave it at that. You get what I'm saying? That's all y'all had to do.
Yeah.
And so, I ain't gonna lie, man, that was a young boy move.
Yeah.
That was a young boy move. I was disappointed as a Houstonian, only because, Zero and Trey were like one of my soundtracks in high school. You know what I'm saying? They made great music together. And honestly, I just feel as though cooler heads will prevail at some point in time. But now I just don't think you can kind of come back from this, because taking an ass whooping on the internet.
Because of the internet.
It's that's an unforgivable thing. You get what I'm saying? Like,
hey man, it's always on site after it's on the internet, man.
I'm on the internet getting my ass whooped. I'm zero.
I'm in the fetal position.
Zero to crooked. You get what I'm saying? Like,
that nigga was balled up, man. That nigga was on the concrete balled up.
He was literally floating on his feet when he got up. He ain't know where he was. He was ready to swing at the security guard. He was like Martin when he fought Tommy Irv.
Oh man, that's.
And I kind of felt bad seeing one of my favorite childhood rappers like this.
That's why I'm saying though. Like, once you get to a point where you just can't, it'd be different if that shit happened and then next week he came out with a fire ass song. Did something that was incredible.
Man, Zero doing goddamn interviews. He walking people play by play. I was airbushed. He was on TMZ.
I was just what I'm saying though. It's no way for you to come back from that. So
neither one of them is looking good right now in this situation. There's 2 L's right here, bro. It's 2 simultaneous L's.
that's why you gotta know how to rest on your laurels, man. You gotta know how to just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna fade into the background.
Trey tried to Will Smith us. Thought he was slick. He thought he was slick. I would never stand for jumping and attacking a brother of mine. Nigga, well, goddamn Exhibit A says otherwise.
Let's go to the footage.
That's all we gonna do now, man. It's like, you ain't have to lie to I get offended now when you lie to us.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, you ain't got to politician us.
That's what I was like. He taking that Trump point of view. Like, man, I ain't do that shit.
Like, nigga, this is 2022. I guarantee
Fake news.
you saw it was it's a goddamn camera in every angle around this motherfucker.
That nigga said fake news.
Fake news. CGI. Boy, it's about to start CGI.
That nigga just looked like me.
It was a doppelganger. That was my tether.
Oh, man.
Man, nah, dude. It's just crazy, man. Hey,
man.
though, you know, since we was talking about legacies and Turner's legacies, you know somebody else who just, you know, brought a tear to my eye because she was one of them ones back in the day, man.
Yeah, she was.
Now
Yeah.
she just came back bleached and disheveled and confused. We all gonna come right now. We gonna call and place proud on Stacey Dash right now, man.
Still clueless.
The Dash family as a whole.
Still clueless.
The Dash family as a whole. You get Damon and Stacey, y'all come down to the altar. No, man. Stacey Dash, she literally in the world, like, she's here on her own. She over here somewhere. She on Uranus. We over here. She over there on Uranus because I'm scrolling down social media. And so I'm thinking maybe this is her reposting the post from when she initially, you know, found out that he died a couple years back, you know? No. She brought her ass to goddamn Beyonce's internet, like the girl say.
Beyonce.
That's what they like to say when they about to drag somebody. and slanging snot. Like, really,
Man.
slanging snot. Like, these ain't just white tears. These tears when you just found out your favorite ain't passed. Like,
Yeah.
these are tears when you found out your ex-girlfriend from high school that you wanted one more time with passed. You get what I'm saying? Like, she was really slanging snot when she found out 2 years later that DMX had passed. And she came to us like we supposed to like be like, you know, sending sympathy to you. So like we didn't grieve already. Like you
Like, we passed this.
we
We moved on.
like it's almost like where the fuck have you been?
Man, first off, anytime somebody go on the internet and cry, you gotta look at that suspect.
Red flag, bro.
That suspect, man. Ever since Steph Marbury did it, I'm looking at it different, man.
Oh, now we been Steph Marbury was the first. He went on Uvu. Oh my gosh, the father of crying in the screen is Steph Marbury,
He is,
bro.
man. That nigga crying.
He was on Uvu eating Vaseline. I remember it. Oh my gosh. Black culture, black history right here.
Hey, man.
The first nigga to ever cry on a goddamn social media screen was Steph Marbury.
It was.
He heard it here first.
Yeah, but anytime a motherfucker like crying is a personal thing. That's some shit you want to do in a closet or
Right.
somewhere where nobody else gonna see you. But anytime you take the time to stop and start recording,
Get your lighting right.
and then start crying,
Before you drop a tear, it's like, why are you dropping a tear right now in a ray light? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I kind of feel like with social media and everything being so easy to do, people forget about how much you got to prepare to record yourself.
and honestly, I just think it's second nature for people sometimes where they don't know how to do anything in the privacy of themselves, within the privacy of themselves. Reason I say that, you have you have social media influencers. You have so many people who feel as though the people that follow them, if they have a large platform, they feel like the people that follow them want to see me. And I'm like, no,
in a vulnerable state.
we don't.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, we ain't wake up this morning saying, "I wish my celebrity, my celebrity follows would just share their real emotions with me and cry." No, I ain't never heard nobody say no shit like that. Why you feel like we want to see that?
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with people expressing themselves. It's just, it really sounds stupid as hell to me when you look at the way people move and then get mad when the response is how it is.
Yeah.
That's the part that irritates me more than anything. It's like, you felt free enough to do how you wanted to do. I'm going to respond how I feel I need to.
Yeah.
You're going to catch your stray.
Exactly.
You either can deal with it or not, but you opened this shit up to the goddamn, Pandora's box when you came on this shit slanging snot.
Hey, man, I feel you on that, and there's no way to accidentally cry on camera alone. Like, that shit is definitely on purpose anytime you do it. Like, anytime your ass is crying on camera, you did that shit on purpose. Maybe if you was in a situation where in a group and something happened in the group that was unexpected, they brought you to tears, maybe so. But if you at home sitting in front of your camera and you came to tears, you meant to come to tears. You knew you was doing that shit when you pressed record.
I always want to know. I want to see the footage after the video. That's what I want to see. When you realize I just cried on in front of 17,000 people.
Stacey Dash trying to get her black card back though. That's all she doing. She was like, "Who is the?"
That's because she did get on College Hill.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm like when I saw that, I'm like, her publicist is trying hard to get her Q rating up in the black community.
I want to give her a black card back. I feel like nobody should have their black card revoked. But
I don't even think. But the thing about it is, I honestly believe that there's this elitism that comes when some people get into celebrity.
Yeah,
where
of course.
Their experience becomes like less of that of a single experience to a race, and they feel like they're bigger than the race themselves, and that's a sad place to see. Like, I'm never been the one to be the one to judge somebody's blackness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there have been moments where I've questioned, and like, how the hell have you just maintained this long ass life in this one world? Like, you know who? Man, shout out to him. I ain't no hate. I just always been like, he ain't never had a slip up moment like a nigga slip up moment. Like, man, what the fuck I did?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Darius Rucker from Hootie and the Blowfish. That nigga's consistently a white nigga. Bro.
But nah, I kind of feel like he black. He's still black.
No, I ain't got no problem with it. It's just, how you be feeling like, he'll slip up sometimes. You can see the nigga in him, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, he been straight, like, on his way. In this way, this is me.
Hey, call a nigga Hootie and see if the nigga don't come out.
Hootie. Nigga, I'm not Hootie. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we a monolith, but I'm like, sometimes we are one of the same. The ancestors got a moment where they come up on it and they're like, nigga, you seen you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really want to see Darius Rucker nigga moment. You know what I'm saying? That'd be viral for real.
Call him Hootie, man.
Hootie.
Nigga
Call
like
that nigga Hootie. I guarantee you he don't
that.
like that.
He
I see him, my Hootie.
Hey.
Hootie. Well, fuck with y'all now. He'll call me everything but a child of God.
Yeah.
He'll talk to me like a white officer from Georgia, probably. He's like, nigga, oh shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, you know something. Now that you done brought this up, something that's it's like it's an underground current of like country rap artists now, like niggas who rap, it's still
white
country.
boys?
No, they black dudes. Like, I'm staying in the boonies now. I stay
So
out.
you get other shit.
I went to this look like Redneck Heaven, right? This is BBQ Spot, man. It's the wildest shit you ever see. Like, it's out. You know, they ain't got no pavement nowhere, no concrete. It's like
You went out
rock.
there by yourself?
Yeah, I wanted some barbecue. Shit, fuck that. They got barbecue and crawfish. I'm out there. Fuck that. They got like a stage where they got live music. They got the goddamn cornhole going on, picnic tables. White folks just living their greatest white life they ever had.
We don't even know nothing
know
about
nothing about it. Right beside it, you can buy all your Trump gear.
So they looking at you like, I bet they follow you around this motherfucker like, we got his sergeant.
So I go there because they got the barbecue good. I go get my barbecue. You know what I'm saying? I see the flyers.
He eating Trump's barbecue, y'all.
I see flyers like next week. They gonna have a special guest. So me being curious, is a black dude. It's a black guy. He performing there, right?
So he that nigga.
He apparently so. He performed. I can't even remember the guy's name, but I bumped his album for like 2 hours, man. She was kind of bumpy. It was like some country trap, man. He talking about fucking white bitches and like it's all with a country ass twang to it, but it got a little.
So all right. So Trump niggas.
I don't even know if he liked Trump or not. But
his demographic is
his demographic is people who probably got some MAGA hats, yeah.
Bro, that shit crazy. But no, honestly, like that's just like Jelly Roll. You ever heard of Jelly Roll? It's this white rapper who he like country and rap. He like from Mississippi. Viral. Like Bubba Sparks. I've seen it the other way. You know, it was like redneck hip hop. But I ain't never know that we can get to like black redneck hip hop.
Yeah, it's there, bro.
We really trying to cover. I honestly believe people.
I wish I knew the dude's name, man. I bumped his album for like 2 hours, man. I like this bumping, and I never turned back.
But I'm not surprised. You gotta think. Everybody and their mom's a rapper now, so it's like, how can I stand alone? Like,
hey man, that nigga he got a following. I looked him up on YouTube. He got folks who love him, man. He like an ex-football player in Texas.
What do you think his groupies look like?
Oh, they some thick ass white chicks.
With the thick calves.
Them softball players.
The thick calves and knock these. You know it's a type. You know the type. Calves look like a goddamn power lifter. You know the type with the small ankles.
Some cowboy boots and cutoffs, man. You know how they go.
Goddamn squeeze a watermelon with their thighs. Within 3 tries.
Motherfucker got all hips and no ass.
Man, I bet that boy having some wild stories on the road. Yeah. I bet he a lot of them chicks' first black experience. Man. Man, shout out to him, whoever you is.
I gotta know.
You gotta find out who he is.
Man, what's that nigga name, man? I can't remember this motherfucking name.
Man.
But he kind of bumping though, man. I mean, he got solid music. I can't sit here and say he trash. I can't.
That's a hell of a compliment. That's a hell of a compliment from there. I can't say he trash.
I mean, I done listened to a bunch of rappers that I knew was trash.
You stupid, dude. Hey, man. Hey, you remember when last week we was talking about how R&B niggas don't age well? And I was just thinking to myself, everybody was like, man, R&B dead, R&B dead. I honestly believe we just not in the damn, we know too much about each other to be making love songs now. You get what I'm saying?
I think you hear somebody singing a love song now, you like, that's some bullshit, bro.
Because we know too much.
Nigga, you ain't doing that.
You got to think.
You don't feel that way.
The climate, even though love is a strong thing and it's still present, unfortunately, the climate is mostly of people who either want to hear the toxicity only because it takes them to a place. Because most people go to music in a dark time, like to get them through shit.
Yeah.
So it was like, I don't want to hear your happiness when I'm going through some shit. And that's what it seems now. It's like people don't like think of when you see a couple and they just look too happy on social media. What everybody starts saying, man, I don't believe that shit. That nigga fucking with white. I know he cheating. That nigga ain't. You get what I'm saying? Like, so how I'm supposed to make a love song in this climate?
Man, what I feel like really killed the love song is really R. Kelly. R&B thugging. That kind of killed it. You know what I'm saying?
As soon as he put the bat down on, it was a rap. It was raps.
Yeah.
Because you got to think, he was I'm not a fan, only because I can't listen to somebody's music when I don't know what their motivation was behind it.
See, that's the problem though, because he was doing like a dual thing where he an R&B thug and he'll make a song with like a rap artist and stuff like that, and it's real raunchy, and then he'll come back with a love ballad. You know what I'm saying?
But that's
Chocolate Factory,
that's how he got people.
Yeah.
Then he started in the step. Like he made sure, and I think what happened is rap became so big. The R&B dudes was like, I want some of that shine.
Yeah, I got to do that because that's how you make that money.
Like Jagged Edge. Look at Jagged Edge. If you didn't hear Jagged Edge sing, you would think it was a rap group. Because
the
they didn't do any choreography. You know what I'm saying? They sung ballads looking like hood niggas.
You know what? I take that back. It wasn't even R. Kelly. You know who really killed R&B?
Who?
Puff Daddy. Because Puff Daddy was making them group. Puff Daddy made Jodeci. Jodeci and Boyz II Men, they was kind of like
it was
the
so
two
from an image perspective.
they
the thing about it though, the reason I can't say he killed it because it had a long lifespan from there. Like you got to think.
But that was the beginning of the end right there.
I can see that
when Jodeci came out and they was them bad boys and going to that, they looked like rappers at that point.
But that's also around the time people start buying into the artist, like who the artist is outside of music. Because you got to think, early days of music, people didn't care as much about the image. They wanted to hear the music.
Yeah, you got to be able to sing.
Because I can't see you.
Yeah.
A record is what's driving. I might see you on TV once in a year. But now it's like you got to sell an artist and then your sound is what
the
follows. And that's
video
why.
Killed the radio stuff.
Yeah, the video, because you got to think. A Case video back in the day or a Jodeci video of them in the damn desert or emotional video by Carl Thomas, it wouldn't age the same. It doesn't look as cool these days when somebody has that type of.
It's not cool to be crying over no female no more.
That's in the eyes of a lot of people. It's how it look. And then for the women, it's like it ain't cool to be crying over no niggas.
Yeah,
that's why I say social media was like the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Because our dialogue and our correspondence with each other is so jaded because we're overexposed to each other. We're overexposed to each other as far as dialogue. So now it's no middle ground.
Hey, man. On a lighter note, you know what's one of the greatest songs ever made?
What?
Return of the Mack. That shit is one of the greatest songs ever made, man.
Why do you say this?
Because, man, with this man, he talking about you lying to him, right? But he talking about it in a festive manner. He like, oh, you lied to me. I'm finna go kick it. This is my comeback now, bitch. You shouldn't have done that. So it's never a bad time to play that song.
I get that. But you want to know what? If we being honest, R&B ain't just get toxic.
It's always been toxic.
Like Johnny Taylor.
Yeah.
Goddamn, what's old boy that that married his homeboy
you talking about like Sam Cooke or something?
Yeah, Sam Cooke. It was
Sam Cooke. He married Sam Cooke.
What was the dude's name?
Yeah. Is it Otis Redding?
Nah, married Sam Cooke. We about to find this out. Married Sam Cooke X. Who married? Okay. Bobby Womack.
Yeah, Bobby Womack.
Bobby Womack. If you never heard of Bobby Womack, do your Googles. He's the most toxic nigga in the history of music.
And that nigga bumping though.
He was bumping.
If you think you're longer.
That's when I knew.
But see,
back then, the image didn't give a damn. They didn't give a damn about image.
But they never made an angry song though.
That's the thing. It was so beautiful. If you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight.
So you can play that shit at any time. You can only play angry music when your ass is mad. You not lying, bro. Like honestly, I don't think we realize everybody now wants a soundtrack to how they feel. But how many people want to hear new shit when they like having that feeling of love? I know the first thing I'm doing is going back to an oldie, like a song that reminds me of this. Nostalgia.
The nostalgic music is what drives R&B. I'm sorry, this new young nigga, not gonna get me. It's very few songs that I can listen to and be like, that's one of them ones.
But new R&B don't do nostalgic music like that love ballad. They do that fucking ballad. Like that's what they got a lot of songs you can fuck to.
The last song R&B, like true R&B song to me that like went viral, like that became one of them ones, was Daniel Caesar. Best Part.
Yeah.
That was the last one where I'm like, yeah.
But it is some outliers, but they not gonna get that. They not pop no more. And for a while R&B was pop. Because pop is popular music. It's not like a specific genre.
Yeah.
This man just gonna walk in like this. Look at this.
But now, man, but now,
but yeah, that's what I'm saying though. It's like R&B is no longer pop. You know what I'm saying? It's not pop. Pop is popular music. It's not like a specific like rap or a rock or whatever. It's whatever's popular at the time. You know what I'm saying? So R&B ain't that no more. So you can have an R&B star, but this nigga gonna be playing clubs. He not finna be playing arenas. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing, because R&B music, it just doesn't sell.
It's kind of like a jazz artist.
I have a nostalgic need when I think of R&B. I like, it's no little young nigga, a new nigga that can go, that can come in and make me fuck with him like I will fuck with the music from back then.
Yeah, that genre's gone now. You know what I'm saying? You remember
dead. We don't love each other no more. We tolerate each other. That's what it seemed like in this day and age, because we literally, like we were saying, we overexposed to each other. Like you don't really like wonder about somebody new. We got new people in the building, and we got the boy Knowledge. He had to we gonna put it, because the thing about it,
this guy.
Yeah, man.
No, bro, shit. We bring them into the damn. We gonna bring them into the experience, man.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, bro. Shit, we gonna make this shit how it is. They do it on 85 South all the time. Like, get what I'm saying? Nah, man. But let the people know who on the mic, man.
What up, man? Hey, it's Knowledge. I'm here now. But I brought my AR crew to my left. I got, I've been talking about the railroad guy that's available. You know what I'm saying?
30-year benefit guy.
35th benefit guy. I got my guy
that pitching.
Right. I got
it's coming.
Right. So Spider.
There you go.
I can keep going. All right. So in a minute, you know what I'm saying? I'm here. But I to my left, I got my guy Poyo. You know what I'm saying? Hardworking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fully benefited. Entrepreneur.
Talk your shit.
Yep.
Behind the scene guy.
Yeah. But then to my right, I got the most influencer, cultural, diverse, put it this way, in the South wearing Timbs in 90, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, who wearing Timbs? We wearing polo boots. Nah. You know what I'm saying? I got my boy Larry G.
Talk about who the fuck got these work boots on.
Right. Like, you need to be on knees, bro.
He got them bishops.
Listen to Brand Nubian in the Bluff. Like, who listen to Brand Nubian?
Oh, you know that he was like, he was that's that, the different light skinned nigga.
Yeah, exactly. So I got my guy Larry G over here, man. You know what I'm saying?
They appreciate y'all pull it up.
No, but y'all was talking about an interesting stuff about R&B. You know what I'm saying? And where R&B is now.
And why is it dead?
But why is it dead? But do you know in the 90s, I was just listening to y'all just a little piece. Real talk, that R&B 90s had a blueprint from Teddy P, Marvin Gaye. They had a strong connected network. They still had to run, like Ron Isley and them was still connected. Other than Marvin Gaye, most of the men was still out here performing and doing a lot where they can see it.
R&B niggas back then though was real dudes though. Like a lot of people don't realize them was grown ass men, like with real experiences. That's what made it age like it did.
Yeah.
Like I honestly believe, and also the time that they allowed themselves to actually be developed. Like your sound was developed. You found your sound. So when you came out, you was a finished product back then. But now we're in a microwave society. You don't have somebody that's able to bubble. So normally when something goes viral, it's something you made on your own. Like it has a rawness to it. Like Bryson Tiller. When he hit, That's all him. Nobody made that, and he hasn't been able to recreate that because those were real experiences. You get what I'm saying?
Experience.
You only get one of those almost nowadays because now you gonna grow up in front of us. Summer Walker, when she hit her first one, that was her real experiences. But now we're seeing your experiences in the eye under everything. So we expecting you, okay, she better talk about this. She better talk about this. And so if you don't talk about that, now it's like you lost us because R&B used to be a tale of what's going on in your world.
And that, you touched on something that was great because Missy Elliott just was like reminiscing. She just posted something about storytelling. And she wrote a song for Beyonce, and she was like, "Wow, I'm reminiscing on this song, and I can't believe back then the way I used to write. It was like they'd come to me with a story or their issues or whatever, and I would story tell. Like if they tell me something, that's how I used to write. And like you said, it was like real issues. And now it's like we expect kind of like a roadmap.
Yeah,
we expect you better put this piece in this album. We need to put this piece. We want to hear this from you. We want to hear that from you." And sometimes it may be hard to accomplish that challenge.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
It's the constant feedback that you're getting. You always getting this feedback. Back in the day, you went in your lab. You know, you go, you do your shit. You come out, go on the road, and then you get your feedback. Now you getting feedback on your shit like instantly. Like you can drop a song that you made tonight.
Man, niggas
And
call
motherfuckers
your
gonna
shit
tell you how they like
trash.
it. Yeah.
You drop your shit at 11 p.m. Goddamn, they call your shit trash by 1 a.m. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like they got you playing double dutch whether I want to come and want to drop this or not
you
because
drop
you
your
in your
single,
head.
they be like, it's a flop. Like this album gonna be a flop. I already know.
So would you say that social media is to blame
Yeah,
for the reason?
because everybody's overexposed. Like, look at Drake. Drake's music becomes less and less impactful the more and more we expose to him.
Okay, so I'm gonna put it like this. Y'all remember they used to call music soul music, right? So what is your soul if it's not an individual? You know what I'm saying? It's your individual thoughts, your individual feelings, your individual expression. Like if you constantly getting feedback from everybody else
To drive it.
to drive your music, then it's no longer an individual project. It's a project that you doing with everybody in the world.
It's
you know
not
what I'm
your
saying?
music.
Yeah, because you're doing the marketing aspect. You're doing what marketing companies do. It's like, how can we relate to the customer?
Yeah.
No, the customer is supposed to relate to you. And like a musician, an artist is supposed to be able to create their, like, think of it like this. Think of it of the Basquiat aspect. When Basquiat was creating this, it was madness, but it made sense in his head. A lot of people, they did not see the art in it when it first came out because of who he was. He wasn't somebody that was considered an individual of worth and value. So his work does not hold the value until the market says it does, because the market has to fold to you. You don't fold to the market. Now imagine if he was trying to create what was selling or what was, going to be able to put him in a museum. Then he would be chasing a look, or he would be chasing something that's not really from him. And that's why when you see artistry, true artistry is supposed to bend the consumer, not the other way around. And I think a lot of times we're trying to drive that because we're so worried about the response. Like, it's a reason Lil Baby didn't drop this summer. Because he didn't get the reaction off of his singles that he was expecting. And it was like, oh, shoot, that's a scary sight now. Because back in the day, shit, if you dropped it, we was going to push this and we going to have to make it go because we didn't put the money behind it. It's the waterfall agile methodology.
Yeah, and like you, I agree with you. It's like the model has changed.
Yep.
And now I think where you're getting at is they're going to have to, I think society or the culture going to have to be a little patient with a lot of good music. So, for example, Chris Brown. Remember, I've been saying all summer, Chris Brown really got a track when it dropped. Now you've been hearing people like slowly matriculating like that. It is a good R&B album. It's really,
He
really
drops
good.
too much music.
But
He cheapens his music because if I gotta find the 8 great ones in 30 songs, bro, I'm gonna be annoyed.
Right, but what I'm getting at is to see, like, putting the time in, like, getting time to when you, like, okay, I finally had time to listen to these 30. These 8 is really, really, really good.
the
You know
problem
what
with Chris Brown is like he Chris Brown is an outlier now. He will never be able to reach the height that he was supposed to reach.
You can add
because
that
of
too.
all the things that happened in his past.
Yeah.
So he's not gonna have that commercial appeal like that no more. That's why he make 30 songs.
And then when he became a Grape Street Blood, that was when I knew he'll never reach his full potential, bro.
He said, I thought it was Great Street Crips.
Whatever.
Exactly.
Grape Street.
Yeah.
Nah, it's blood because
okay.
when you become a Grape Street Blood, man, and you sitting here you went from doing Doublemint commercials.
Yeah.
You from Tappahannock, fucking Virginia. You know what? Like, and that's what annoys me with a lot of it is like the R&B dude didn't feel cool anymore. So it was like
I think it still goes back to what you two were saying about trying to appease the people.
Mm-hmm.
It's so those 8 tracks may come from him, but the other tracks are trying to appease the people.
Yeah.
So if you listen to his music, like some of the new music, he has a lot of Afrobeat influence. So, Afrobeat is huge now, AM piano. So he's incorporating a lot of what's to come and what's to be. So it goes to the Basquiat reference. What if he started to do what was popular instead of staying true to himself?
Yeah.
So it goes to that if he stays true to himself and his music, then you probably have a more quality project with less tracks.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of it a lot. I'm a fan of the tracks, of a lot of tracks, because to me that's a expression of his experiences. And experiences are different every day and all the time. We can go outside and have a whole different experience, and it might be somewhere.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the 30 tracks, even though only 8 of them are good. It reminds me of some of the older artists, and I think that that's where we talk about this microwave Jiffy Pop society when it comes to music. Because we expect you to pump it out so fast or pump it out in a certain way, it robs the artist of the creativity.
You just hit it on the head because technology was another downfall.
Hey,
Because now I can make a song so fast I don't have time to go and live. I hate hearing an artist say, I'm in the studio every day. How are you living if you're in the studio every day? Where are your experiences coming from now? So now I got to pull from my homeboy here. That's why you have 8 writers on a song.
hey,
Because now I haven't lived enough in the last 3 months to see enough to have my own experiences. So, hey, you got anything going on? Oh, write that line here. And that kind of robs you of truly understanding somebody's journey. Because somebody like Chris Brown, he has so much of a journey. Right. You can retroactively pull from that.
Exactly.
But if you're a newer artist, it's like you have a finite view of things. And as long as that's why a lot of rappers get stuck in their sound. Because they don't know how to mature their sound after they get the success. It's like, I can only tell you about my struggle. I can tell you about the street shit. They can't do the JayZ or Rick Ross thing where I'm going to start walking you through these experiences, or that Nipsey Hussle where I'm walking you through these meetings now. I'm walking you through these conversations that are changing. Like, you're going to see my elevation. One of the few people I see being able to match that trajectory, and I said it last week, is Lil Baby, because he's not afraid to become a student of the game. And a lot of younger people don't want to be students of the past because they kind of combat it because they're continually, it's the LeBron, Michael Jordan effect. As long as you're comparing somebody to a ghost they can't reach, they're going to kind of feel the way about the past because it's like, y'all never going to allow me to be better than it. So I'm going to just say fuck it and move in my own.
Yeah, do something.
So the Will Smith Tupac effect.
Yeah.
Hey, I would ask y'all this. Y'all ever been to nowadays to a record store? Just go to a record store and just sort through the records.
Yeah.
Just look at all the different types of music and artists that done came out and they album covers and stuff. It was a lot of trash created in the past.
It was.
Yeah.
And we forget about all that though. Cause the great stuff still come. And we forget about all that trash, all them trash ass artists, all those people who made them hits and them singles that it was just one hit wonders and shit.
I was finna say, think about the one hit wonders. How many came out with their second song after that one that blew up?
Think how
And
many
it did not happen.
Yeah.
Think how many artists Motown signed. Like overall. Not the ones that hit. They had a factory.
Yeah.
A factory.
So that's Motown. That means Motown probably had a quarter of their artists, if that, actually reached true success. And that was the pinnacle. And I say that happens everywhere. We was looking at the Murder Inc. documentary, and I forgot Black Tie and Vita and all that. Like, God
Drag
damn,
on.
you like, oh, shit. It's like, damn, they was there. Like, because you only remember the stars. The Bulls teams back then, they had Luke Longley on there. You know what I'm saying?
He played his position.
He played his position.
Yeah.
We don't mention him.
Hey,
It's Jordan, Pippen, and Rodney.
Hey, y'all ever seen Brian Christopher, that documentary?
Yeah, I was thinking that. Hey, Brian Christopher, dude was one of the. He helped them in the first 3.
Yeah. That nigga just disappeared.
That's what
Nobody
I'm
even
saying.
said
It's
shit
like,
about
it
him no more.
sucks to be the one that isn't one of those ones. And so a lot of times, that I feel that's why so many artists are harbor ill feelings, because you only can have so many, especially in black culture. We don't allow too many of them people to be them ones. Like, every generation gonna have their ones, and then everybody else is just kind of like they understudies. You know, I call it the cred effect. You know what I'm saying? Crit always had his sound and his pool of people that rocked with him, but he would never be the one on that pinnacle in that Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole tier, because at the end of the day, it's like we chosen these already.
Yeah, and he is as good as those guys.
He has just as much talent, but it's like, okay, nah, we chose them. You know, we see you. You know that we see you.
Slim, Antoine, you saying something I was thinking through when you say we chose them, and a lot of come down to the money and the budget, like you said.
He don't got
like,
the cosign.
It's certain people that they just choose in the industry that they have to push.
Yeah.
And because they too much invested with them.
But
like, in so many ways.
The industry just goes off of what the culture, like, the culture sometimes, like, I always say this about Summer Walker. Summer Walker does not want to be famous. You get what I'm saying? She just wanted to put out her music and go away. But it's the culture is like, I need more of you. That's the ultimate goal of an artist. Is like, I'm not gonna be in y'all face with this shit. I'm gonna give y'all a product and y'all gonna earn. And that's what the record label now is like. Okay, we got to put the budget behind her. I've seen so many times record labels try to make somebody the one and it never worked. Like the Tierra Marie and Rihanna.
All right, but
Tierra Marie was supposed to be the princess of the rock. Remember?
Yeah.
Like. And Rihanna was just this little chick from the islands, you know, we gonna find something for her. But Tierra Marie, she the one. But we chose who we was rocking with when we saw this product.
And then on the same end, Antoine, is what you mentioned about this is who people rocking with. But at the same time, when the budget is already there for like a Drake, do you really think if Drake never signed that contract about 6 months before he dropped that album, he would have dropped that album?
Dude, do you remember when Drake came up?
I remember when Drake came up.
Drake was the hottest thing in the street before he was Young Money.
Yeah, that's true.
I found out about Drake through my younger brother.
I agree with you saying.
No. The reason I'm saying it because you're saying the budget. That's not how music, a hot artist.
No, what I'm saying is on the other lens of Summer Walker is you have the corporations that gonna be like, hey man, you need to drop something.
Now, Mark, we going to the genesis. I'm speaking from the genesis of like what creates the star. Because before you start bringing in the budget, the look has to be like, I have to have something to go. Every record label, before they put money behind, they do their analysis. They do their field studies. It's like, okay, is it worth it? Will we get a return of investment? Somebody like a Drake, I can't tell you how a dude from Canada, from Toronto, who was on a show, had no street cred, we really didn't know his story, became the hottest rapper in the world within 6 months. Nobody can replicate how this happened. Because when it happened, it's not like he came out with his first song. No, he had projects. Like a lot of people had to retroactively go and find out about Drake's music after you heard So Far Gone. No, because So Far Gone was his third mixtape. You got Room for Improvement and you got Comeback Season, which your Comeback Season is harder than So Far Gone to me. But So Far Gone was the one that got there. You get what I'm saying? Because he had already made that introduction into Young Money, but Young Money hadn't really had the budget yet. It was Lil Wayne and a bunch of niggas. So
But that association propelled him.
exactly. But
yeah.
you had to have. You gotta think of all them dudes that was hanging around Wayne. Like Chucky was supposed to be Wayne Jr.
Well, we forgetting one aspect. He had a whole country.
Exactly, and that's why I'm getting at.
He
Like, you
already
gotta
had
look.
a Canadian appeal when he came.
And that's why I was getting
And
like,
it ain't like it's rappers coming after 6 every day.
This is before social media.
No. I ain't talking about social media. We talking about like anytime you have an international artist. I don't care if it's Celine or if it's Tamia or if it's Drake. If you tap into the America market, you really glow. You really blow up.
Marcus, I was foot on the ground. I was like straight out of school at this time.
But he already was acting.
Hey man, it's
Marcus,
kind of like
you
this,
go-
man.
all
It's
right,
kind of like this. Andrew Wiggins. If Andrew Wiggins was from Alabama, that nigga would have been like 15th pick out the draft.
Absolutely.
But that nigga was from Canada.
Yes.
And he was good. So he went number one.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Exactly. That's my
saying?
point.
No,
Like,
He had a whole following already.
No, so
that appeal of
that
coming
brought-
from a
that brought
foreign
the entry.
Yeah, that foreign
Yeah.
appeal, that gave Drake a little you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? If he
And
would have been
plus-
trash from Canada, then it would have been
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? But he was good and he was from Canada. So
What's
that
the first
gave him a
song
little
y'all remember by Drake?
the song with Trey Songz, I just want to be successful.
That's all So Far Gone. What's the
Yeah.
first song? Y'all, is it all of y'all? Is So Far Gone was when y'all kind of were introduced?
I didn't even
to
No,
Drake?
that was like
I had heard
last
like
week
some
or two.
freestyles and shit. Like
You
that.
said the last week.
Last week or two, I just started liking Drake.
No. So the reason I'm asking about the exposure aspect is because I don't think like people forget how he got big.
See-
Like it wasn't because of Toronto. Like he had been moving to Toronto for 3-4 years and hadn't popped.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? Like Cardinal Official was the Canada, guy. You get what I'm saying? Like
But Cardinal Official wasn't good though.
no, but I don't care. He was the one. He was your representation on BET. Well, what I'm saying is Drake had to leave his country to get hot because a lot of people might not realize this, but we all know this. When America tabs you as hot, the
Okay.
world-
No, we saying the same thing.
Let me ask you this.
Himself said
Let
that
me-
his son said that he was already buzzing in Canada.
he found him on MySpace.
Right. And
He
then
was-
he went and got him from
No, he
Canada
was
and put
known
him
in
up with
Canada
Wayne.
because you got to think he had a show in Canada. He had he had a market
Yeah,
in
he was
Canada.
already popping in
but
Canada.
Canada can't make you hot.
Okay, let me ask you this.
That's just
then.
like me being popping in Texas. Texas is so big, all I got to do is pop in Texas. Now, when I go anywhere else, I'm already going.
Why do you think the hottest rappers in the UK were trying to bridge themselves into America? Because I got this. I'm the biggest thing over here, but I have to get over here
Exactly.
to
Of course.
establish myself
Facts.
as one of
True.
the more.
Brent
But-
Fayez,
but-
Division, all those cats. Like they was making good music, but here they are thriving.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let me ask y'all this hypothetical. Drake, I'm popping. I need to leave Canada, right? Instead of signing with Young Money, he signed with Slip and Slide Records.
Dang.
Career suicide.
You know what I'm saying? Is he Drake?
Because you don't have anybody around you to kind of. Because you got to think they kind of came up off each other, like Nicki.
Right.
Because you got to think Nicki, Drake, and to a lesser extent, someone like Tiger, they were all bubbling at the same time. So like they fans were kind of just building on each other.
Yeah.
Because you want to hear everything Young Money has because you got Lil Wayne, the hottest thing in the game, and you got the two biggest young up and coming artists on both genres. You got the women and the men covered, and so you had a perfect storm. But the thing about it is, both of them had to get associated with a hot crew because you got to think Nicki was with Gucci before. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Nicki was trying to pop in Atlanta. Drake, I remember seeing Drake in 07. No, when was it? 08, 07, 08 in the club in Houston. Freestyling, everybody looking at who the fuck is this? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying by you being hot in Toronto does not matter. Because at the end of the day, we're the market that's going to drive you being on those videos, you being able to go on tours because the rest of the world is determining who is hot based off of the American audience. That's why American hip-hop rappers are able to go all over the globe and still perform 30 years later because they were dabbed cool in America. And that goes a long way when it comes to assessing like how he blew up because it was a perfect storm. He played it perfectly because he also had the backing of the streets, you know, with a rap a lot look.
Yeah.
So it was like, you protected. I can't, you know, because everybody was like, who is this corny ass nigga? But it's like, oh, he affiliated though. So it's like, I can't go in too much on him. And then he making good music. And then the chicks was fucking with him. And we all know once the chicks fuck with you, you out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even,
He
you know,
locked
you ain't
in.
even gotta be cute. Like Biggie was the chick's favorite fat nigga. Am I wrong? Am I right? Heavy D was the chick's favorite fat nigga. So you being big had no issue now because the girls have tabbed you as one of the ones. You the big teddy bear. Or if the girls holler you as you. If the girls say you the coldest nigga ever, they like Lil Baby because Lil Baby just reminds them of every get money nigga they want to date. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so it's like that's why a NBA young boy and a Lil Baby trajectory is different because NBA young boy is a bunch of little boys that think that that's what's gonna get them the girls, and his girl demographic is the young girls who gonna grow out of liking niggas like him. A Lil Baby is the dude who, he a street nigga, but he elevating. So he's growing with his audience versus an NBA young boy who he's gonna be stagnant because his audience is such a young and infinite point of their lives. Like after you about 20 years old, I just don't relate to this shit you saying anymore because it seems like you don't have control of your emotions. It seems like you don't really have control of your. It's like, oh my baby mama fucking innocent and it's like, damn nigga, just relax. Not talk to me like a grown up. You get what I'm saying? It's like,
Hey, you know what I miss that when we talk about culture shaping music, the innuendos.
yeah,
Back when we were young, you didn't just come out
innuendo.
And just say
and be like, hey, I want to smash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You had
Like
to be
when
poetic.
Marvin Gaye said, when the blue tip drops are falling, I'm trying to judge them. You know what I mean? But now it's just because we in this ADD riddle, that's what I'm going to call it, because it's so short.
Yeah.
The attention span is so short. You got to get straight to it.
Because they don't want to
man.
think what he mean by
What do
that.
you mean
Hey,
about
man.
it? Exactly.
Because throat baby.
And that show how culture has
Yeah,
shaped
throat
music.
baby, he told you everything I need you to put my dick down your throat
Hey man,
and swallow my kids. He ain't no innuendo.
No innuendo whatsoever. There's no mystery in that statement.
y'all remember the song by Next? That song Too Close.
Yeah.
And you know how long it took me to figure out what the fuck that nigga was
We
talking
singing
about?
that shit. You know, too close, been the bone on you. Nigga, I'm on hard because you dancing. Yeah. We all dealing with that at our little seventh grade dances. We don't even realize it's our soundtrack. That's our
Nigga,
soundtrack.
I'm singing this
Absolutely.
shit. I'm like, you know what? This nigga talking about his dick getting hard
Right.
while he dancing.
with a
Yeah. And he done said it so nicely.
I didn't know Mary James
So
about.
nicely.
I didn't know Mary James about.
I was
weed
just
till
about
was
to say
16.
that. I started smoking weed when I found out Mary Jane was
Like,
about
oh.
reefering out a chick.
You know what I'm saying? Like now, if that ad came out nowadays, I love to get high with the best of weed. I love to get high with the best of weed. She know how to get me high with the best of weed. That probably would have been like, oh damn, this nigga. But Mary
Juicy J
Jane
wrote
sound
Smoking
like a
and Roll.
love ballad, but the nigga is just literally telling you, I'm getting high.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Juicy J wrote smoking, I'm rolling. Hit, banging, you know what I mean? That's
man.
all to it.
Juicy J a genius though.
Yeah, he is a genius. Because we probably got to coin him on why it's here.
Slide
Because,
on my knob.
hey, no, it's all running. Five so
No, that was
I'm gonna take you in your endo.
Said no
We don't know what the knob is. That could be, we don't know what knob is.
Yeah, right.
That can go a lot of ways, you know what I mean?
So more of the story is we gotta hold accountability because we gotta hold accountability on where we are now with the music. But at the same time, we do miss some of the old seasoned, slow walking to the tree type
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Exactly.
Hey, I got another thing before it's kind of changed the topic, but I want to get on it briefly before we get out of here. So last week I wanted to touch on Biggie's daughter putting her house up, $1.6 million house up for her baby daddy's bun, and I was just like, okay, I ain't not to that scale. I'm sure. I hope not. But what's the craziest thing y'all have done for somebody? It can be back in the day when you stole something out your mama's purse to impress the girl you had a crush on. Like, what's the craziest thing you did in your life for the benefit of liking or loving somebody that you was like, I was outside of my body?
You want me to go first?
I mean, who want to kick it off?
Cause Moyo finna laugh. Buying a $1,500 ring, and then throwing it up on the roof.
Damn.
And then going up on the roof trying to find it. You remember that, Moyo?
I was in the truck. I was in the truck.
You was stressed. Hey, listen, and I don't give a damn. 1,500 ain't like some people ain't shit, but. In about 2000, 2001,
like that nigga up there stressing. He sweating like me up there.
Because Moyo was like, "Don't do it, don't." And then he was like, "You know, you just threw $1,500 up on the roof."
What you throw it up there for?
Nigga, I was just mad.
That's what I'm saying.
Emo.
Carl Thomas
A
emotion.
great song could have came out of that.
Listen, if you would have had social media, he would have shown me.
The lyric could have been like, "I threw our future on the roof." Our future is the ring.
I'm up on the roof, really looking too.
In your endo for you, right?
We gonna go around, man.
I don't have a story. And it's unfortunate because when you said I'm thinking, I've grown so much. Used to be a very selfish person.
Yeah.
You know, so I just don't have those stories where I just did something that was insanely, that I think that was
You're a measured individual. That's what that means. You're a measured individual. And the thing of it is, man, when it happened, you don't even realize. You kind of think about it, after the situation. Like, I never forget, I was in college. I drove 11 hours after all day classes and everything, hit straight on the road, only because I had cheated and got caught up. You know what I'm saying? and I had saw on the movies and everything when dudes just pop up on their girls, like, to let it know, I'm telling you in your face, like, I love you. I'm sorry. Like, damn, if a nigga drive 11 hours, like, he
That
loves
means
you. That means something. You get what I'm saying? And so I get there. And that's when I realized long distance relationships don't really work. Like, shit, I go in there, there's two niggas, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
They not, like, I don't know if she fucking, but I know she fucking one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was probably the craziest thing I did. Cause you gotta think 11 hours, you on a limited budget. Your car ain't the best, so shit, this could go anyway. You know what I'm saying?
You had a whole lot of time to
I had
think
a
about
whole
it.
lot of time. I ended up missing class the next day.
And you ain't turn
get what I'm
around
saying?
at no point. You just kept going. I live now.
I gotta get here. I gotta get here.
That's
You know?
determination.
Determination, bro. Get there, man. There's two niggas in there. They sitting there, one laying back on the bed. I knock on the door. I'm like, what's going on? So a roommate opened the door. And so they had the little 4-bedroom, apartment. So, I walk in. And her roommate pretty much didn't like her. Had to. Because she ain't giving her no head touch. Pretty much.
She set up.
She was the
Come
ops.
on in.
Now that we think about it, she was the ops. Because she knew who the fuck I was. I can see her like, how this gonna go? Like, you know what I'm saying? Now that I think about it, I ain't even think of that. Like, damn.
Yeah, she threw the rock and hit her hand.
I ain't got shit to do with it. I go in there, it's one nigga laying on the bed like this, you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
And another nigga sitting in her desk chair. And I'm like, man, what the fuck going on in here? You know what I'm saying? And let me just say this, man. I kept it player, though. You know what I'm saying? No fights. I just took my L and had a quiet ride home. I pretty much rode the radio off for like the first 6 hours.
Damn.
And then I'm like, man, snap too, bro.
Yeah, that's 22 hours.
Wow.
God damn.
Right.
Damn, that was deep.
Yeah, bro. I spent
love.
22 of about 30 hours on the road.
Damn.
And then went straight to class when I got back to school.
Man, you needed a dustpan to pick your heart up.
Nigga, because the thing is, my ego was bruised. Because I was doing dirt. Like, it ain't like I was cool, I was clean, but it's like this bitch had the audacity.
Y'all
You know
both
what I'm
dirty,
saying?
apparently. Shit.
But I'm like, the audacity. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Like,
inappropriate.
got me driving 11 hours. You mad at her because you voluntarily drove 11 hours.
Right.
What's yours, Flip?
Man, mine ain't got nothing to do with love. not in like a romantic sense anyway. But I let niggas borrow money that I know ain't finna give me that money back all the fucking time.
You going to the real prison.
You know what I'm saying?
Cut to it.
My little brother called me like, man, my girl, man, we doing bad. I need some money. I'm gonna pay you right back. I know your ass ain't gonna.
You got a budget for that.
Yeah, yeah, but you know
you pretty much got a budget.
You just give him enough money that you ain't gonna whoop his ass when he don't pay you back. You know, that's about it. You ain't gonna be too mad about it because you know this shit ain't coming back.
What's the cutoff point to where if he don't give it back, I gotta whoop his ass?
Well,
how much would it take?
Right. I do kind of like a little algorithm, you know what I'm saying?
Based on how much how much you done shown me lately.
How my month going? So how my month going financially?
How good your excuse is of why you need this money. How much money you actually asking for? Because I might just give you like a slim percentage of what
with a
you
contingency plan.
For. Yeah, like you ask me for $1,000, I'm like, okay, I'll give you $250, bro. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, and then I'm gonna pay you back, bro. Don't worry about it, bro. Just take the $250, get the fuck out of my face. You know
that's just
don't lie to me. We talking about this earlier. Don't volunteer.
You know what I mean? Like, if you don't pay me back, I ain't fooling with you no more.
Like one day,
$1,000, I got to get you.
Okay, yeah, exactly. $1,000, it's on site, bro. You know what I'm saying? At some point. Man,
they're just whipping out of love.
I gotta get your love tap.
I'm building character here. I'm building character because niggas out there kill you. I'm gonna whoop your ass, but niggas out there kill you.
Yeah, some love, man.
Hey, I never forget this right here. One day in March, right? I'm chilling at the house, fucking around to get a cash out for $600. I think it's a scam. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck going on? I think something like a Nigerian prince. Like, I'm gonna send you this 600, and then you send me 6,000, and I'm gonna send you 60,000. I was like, it's a scam. I'm doing some research and shit. And I find my cousin, he's like, yeah, man, you had let me borrow some money back in the day. And I just got my taxes back. And I was going to pay you back. I was like, that's what's up, man.
That's solid, though.
That is what's up. That nigga kept tabs
for
like...
He got you. He don't know when, like, but when I get some money, it's yours.
Yeah, 4 years later, but the nigga gave it to me. I was like, that's love right there. You know, that made me feel good. That made me feel better about giving my brother some money next time he asked me. Like, maybe this nigga...
As long as he owe you, you ain't never broke.
If a dude pulls some shit like that, he got a whole new lease on life with me because I'm like, this nigga still remembered. Like the guilt ate his ass up. Like I can't ball out with this chick.
Yeah,
I pay my brother.
I can't do clothes like that, man.
Man, dog, this is a good ass show, bro.
Hey,
like,
I ain't get to my turn.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Your turn.
Yeah. I want to hear yours.
Hey, funny thing, Neil made a reference. Well, Marcus, knowledge, whatever they call you.
Hey, all right, FYI, we got different names because we both named Marcus.
We both named
Yeah, so we can't be around each other. You call them the same name.
Yeah, so he made a reference to me. I think y'all had 3 girls here. And I'm just the dude he was talking about with the 30-year benefits of friends with benefits.
Oh, yeah, you the one fuck your exes.
Allegedly.
Are they still your exes or they just got a certain they departmentalized?
Hey, I got exes in Texas, so we ain't gonna say that. But I brought that up because that leans into what my worst thing was. And it seems simple to the average person, but I let a chick move in with me. That was the worst thing I ever did. And boy, that was a different situation because I'm not used to it. You know, if I leave some drawers on the floor, it's there.
Yeah.
When I come back. You know what I mean? The juice is half drunk.
Yeah.
The top off of it.
Hey, try to suit up.
Yeah,
like,
I do that at my house. But man, living with a woman was a different situation. And that type of woman, I was like, man, to put up with that for an extended period of time.
How long did y'all know each other before y'all moved in?
We was both whorish in college. You know what I mean? We explored our whole phase together.
Together.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a lot of late night creeping. I was dropping her off, she was dropping me off, and then we decided to join whole forces.
So now y'all side on each other the whole time because I know this bitch is capable of getting out of here.
Yeah.
Like I'm capable of getting out of here.
Yeah, I was delusional. I was thrown out of pocket by the fact that, hey, man, we could join whole forces and we could be a power whole couple, you know?
A power whole couple.
A power whole
That's
couple.
a new one. Turn them motherfuckers out one day at a time. Like,
yeah, the team imploded from the inside. It was a decision amongst the troops, man. It just went downhill. We ended up turning our guns on each other. It was a civil war in the house, man, and the country was divided. I remember that.
Goddamn. That's the perfect goddamn ending, dog. Perfect. I'm so glad we held you on to the last one, bro. Perfect. That's a clip. I'm sorry.
Perfect.
Man.
Damn, man, I had fun, bro.
This is a good show, bro.
Man, I had fun with this. We gotta find a name for this shit, bro. House divided.
House divided.
House divided.
That's funny.
Oh man, I appreciate y'all coming out, man.
I appreciate you always.
Appreciate y'all having us, man.
Yes.
Man,
Hey,
so
and side note, they really listen to the show. Like,
Yeah, I've been on since day one. I got T-shirts in the whole night.
Yeah, man.
hey man, we need more like you because you
Yeah.
goddamn. I like you know what I say for this, man. When you get real support, that kind of puts the battery in your back to keep going, man. I've never been big on the numbers. It's like that reinforcement for just somebody coming saying I'm fucking with it. That keep me coming up here, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if one person reach, that means I can reach some more, and that's how we all looked at it. And so that's why I'm like, that's what kept us coming up here, you know, all these years. That's why we appreciate.
Yeah, man, when you went to Houston, boy, y'all took a couple of weeks off. I hit Neil. I said, man, what we doing? We taking a vacation? What we doing?
Hey, man. I do pay attention to the numbers. Them 2 niggas in Aruba who download the show. It's 2 niggas in Aruba right now. Download that motherfucker every week. Shout out to y'all 2 motherfuckers.
I really want to know what's going on that made them fuck with us like that. It's like, these the ones. They probably think we big as shit over here. I have to meet them. I have to meet them. He probably think we whole goddamn celebrities.
Hey, man, I'm telling you. See,
You know, some people, they see a microphone, they like, he got to be somebody.
somebody. I know you can get in DGs free.
All right, man.
Man, I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate y'all for, man.
You come, man, y'all keep listening, keep supporting the podcast, man. Just keep vibing with us. We're going to keep giving y'all this good content, man. It's your boy Antoine the Source.
Man, it's knowledge, man. Keep achieving always.
It's your boy Flair, man. We out.
Hey.
Real music. There we go. Storytelling.
Going out on a high note.
Everybody needs
Hey.
someone to love.
All them niggas was hoes and had like
Man,
demons and shit.
they was
When it's cold outside.